Olympiad, and we are commentating on the chess bullet arena, which is going to start. So this is, it says counting down in 10 seconds. So the way that the arena works is that basically these guys are going to play 2 minutes bullet for an hour non-stop, one game after another. So they'll finish a game and they'll just keep playing, and it started already. It's just started now, so I guess people will be trying, being paired and playing. So we're going to be following what's happening, but someone's already, I think, been forfeited by the looks of it. 1300 already has 2 points. So we're going to be trying, and Game King's already had a forfeit. This is incredible because Game King is the current Pentamine champion and also currently leading the Pentamine championship. So it's very interesting. And it looks like he berserked as well. So he got the double points. So we're going to be jumping in. I don't know how good it's going to be to let's refresh this, to see some games. It's going to be pretty fast. So let's have a look already. We've got insane lineup already. 24-54 against a 25-61 in the first game. That's insane. But actually, look, it's 4-1 previously to Schizophrenia. So these two are common chessers in this Mind Sports Olympiad, and it's already looking interesting. So I believe that Black has sacked a piece for 2 pawns, but quite a lot of compensation. This pawn is really, really irritating already. And actually he's going to lose a piece back because of the guy that the bishop was undefended and this was undefended. So now Black has actually a pawn up with a huge position. So I'm preferring Black here because I don't think that Black has got any weaknesses. He's left his king in the centre, but I mean, I'm guessing he's not going to castle. He's probably going to put it on F8 or leave it there for a while because this rook is got a huge H file, which is quite nice for it at the moment. But has the attack dried up now? Because it's got this weak kind of, this is silly, the mouse. So the weak D pawn, which is now defended, which is good, but he's dropped this C pawn. He can trade this off, but would he want the queen to come in or aggressively? I don't know. So he's got queen h2, but does it really do anything? So he might be just kind of withholding that for a while because he can sort of escape with f2. What is he thinking? So he's traded that off now. He's got few weak squares. I don't know if I like Black as much anymore now because Black, I mean, what's the material like? It's dead equal material. Although this knight's looking a bit grim, so I do feel like that's a good thing for Black. He's hoping to line something up down here, I think. I don't know if there's anything going to come of it, but see now, as I say, now he's got the rook on this H file. It's going to be less dangerous, I guess. Can he try and bring his queen in a little bit closer? I feel like these two haven't really done anything, and this guy's sort of sitting here as well. Yeah, he's moved his king to F8, which was understandable. Okay, G7's a nice safe square for the king now, but can Black actually break through this position? Oh, the knight coming to F5 is quite a nice little outpost for it. I do quite like it there. And then it's coming into G3. Black is winning some material here. But he took on F2. Oh, what was going on here? Okay, we're gonna have to look that in the post because that was some crazy swapping off here. And I think so. Black's miles up now, and Black resigned that. Let's just have a quick look at those last few moves because I just missed them. They were going super quick. Let's have a look. Going back to around here, looked quite interesting. So Black put his king on G7, which was good to kind of shelter it away from anything over here. Knight came to F2. And I guess he was threatening this bishop takes F2 tactic to hit the queen at the same time, so therefore he'd win material. And after knight E7, which I liked coming into F5, which he did, but after queen B6 I expected him to just sort of play this knight G3 and pick up this guy. Where has it gone again? But he played bishop takes F2 instead, and ended up with a a bishop up, and I guess that probably was that the strongest solution? No, I think Stockfish thinks it's 11 up with the simple move rook takes c3. Incredible. So what does Stockfish think about this bishop takes f2 move? Doesn't like it. He thinks it lost 10 evaluation points. That's quite crazy. And what about knight g3? Okay, so it thinks knight g3. Okay, it thinks knight g3 is now probably better than rook takes c3. But knight g3 seemed to me really, really simple. So just after here, takes, and then you can trade here, and then this guy's dropping, and everything's dropping, and it's just going to be mate very, very soon. Yeah, minus 24. Okay, very strange decision, but it is bullet. So let's have a look at what's going on anyway. So that was a win for Schizophrenia, who's actually, I think, already won some chess tournaments already. So, okay, Kimster, he was the one, I say he, I don't know who Kimster is, could be Kim something. Kimster98 is an FM. I don't know who it is, but we invited them on the stream a few times because they've been playing really, really well. Haven't actually got into it. Clay Jensen. I don't know if I'm Iran. I don't know who this person is, but does anyone watch 13 Reasons Why? Because that's the main kid in 13 Reasons Why, Clay Jensen. I'm presuming that is not the Clay Jensen, who I think is Dylan Minette or something, the actor, because that would be super cool. But let's have a look at how Clay's doing against Amoroso, who is 24-29. So let's have a look what's happening here. Right, so who do we like so far? Kind of an interesting position here. White tries to have a nice outpost, but now Black's got this sort of backwards form, but we could be ending up what we saw yesterday, very thematic with this opposite colour bishop ending if all these pieces trade. But I guess that Black's going to go for a bit more of an attack here. So he's aiming to try and, I guess, put pressure on the king by trying to attack this h-pawn. He's probably going to double up now with the rooks here. Bullet, pretty much anything can happen, so it is a bit tricky. Oh, got to be careful some tactics here with the knight takes. Oh, what happened there? He just blundered a piece. Ah, I missed it. So he was threatening knight here and this knight. And so I guess he had to go, queen e7 to stop both of those. But I guess there's a lot of things going. Yeah, but it's fine, actually. The queen's not too overworked. So missed that, which I guess anything's possible. Clay Jensen probably should stick to acting. No, anything's a happening bullet. And again, that was interesting because what's wrong with taking on h6 here? I guess, is he worried about some bishop takes g3? Is that scary? What's going on here? Why don't you just take on h6? I guess he moved back straight away to defend it. Right, what's happening now? Just catch up with these moves, because a lot of moves have been played. Oh, so, okay, no material being lost here. Is trading. So white's just a piece up, nice and comfortable. I guess it's why we didn't take on h6, worried about something. Piece up and also massively up on time. So I think this is just a very simple win for white here. Nice start for Amoroso. Going to win this pretty easily, I believe. I'm going to actually switch because I've got confidence that that's just going to happen pretty quickly. Right, so who is this guy? JSF1 stormed to the lead. I guess berserked and got a double point. Started off with a loss, but actually is now winning. So that's really interesting. As I think he's actually playing. Where's his game? We can't actually see his games yet, can we? But Kimster is the kind of, oh, he is. JSF1 is playing against Amadeus 69. It's 2600, so it's going to be tough. He's banging out this Nidal theory. This is a main line. These guys should know. I guess theory is going to be quite a good strong point in these bullet games because I guess whoever knows the positions better is probably going to do a lot better in these positions. But also it must be quite an interesting strategy to just not play theory, to just kind of mix up the position and see how you get on. So in G's general king side versus queen side casting, but the black's left his king in the middle. Yeah, well, now he hasn't. Then usually it's just kind of a big pawn storm either side of the board. But that's not happened yet. So Black is probably going to look to try and get in this e4 move at the right time, and I guess White's going to start pushing his pawns on this side of the board. But this knight is in quite an interesting position because it's going to block any of this c3, c file action. I've heard c3 because it's a very common kind of strategy to sack on c3. So with a for the exchange, but. He just sacked this e-pawn in order to activate this bishop, but is it going to be worth this whole pawn? Is there also going to be another thematic exchange sack at the right time? And White is already going straight for it, and suddenly if this g file opens up, the h pawn's dropping, this could be quite nasty. Black can't seem to get any sort of attack in. This knight's really annoying. So is he going to sack at the right time and then try to do something on that diagonal? I guess now he's taken this d5 pawn. He's not taken the. What's interesting, took the a5 pawn, not taken the bishop. I mean, taking the bishop might have also been interesting here. Now can Black get anything? Because he's got 3 open lines. He's blundered a rook here because they're going to notice it. I mean, it was prepping the double, but there was a rook just hanging there. White as 2600 did not see that. And what happened there though? He just blundered the mate. So, oh dear, that was very, very careless. Okay, so we tried to go for some sort of tactic at the bottom, which actually doesn't really do anything because knight's here. I mean, you can't even sack for the knight because then he opens up the c file and just forgot about his own defense. That was quite some shocking play, but both sides there. I guess this is what happens in 2-minute bullet. Gosh. Right. So who are we predicting is going to be winning this one? Is Kimster going to be the usual favourite, or do you think that someone else will do it? Kimster's already storming to the lead. These are the usual ones we see on all the chess swings. It's Kimster, Schizophrenia, and we've not really seen Amorose so much, but Amadeus definitely is in there. Behind Blue Eyes is an English player as well, very commonly up here. This is Vlad Bazuik. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your names incorrectly. Game King over here. Where's he? He's always had a bad start by the looks of it. Game King's a current Pentamind champion, so also usually very good. Let's have a look at Kimster. He's super fast. We were basically watching all of his games yesterday in the 5-minute arena, which he won. He was stormed ahead by like 20 points, and then in the last 20 minutes he kind of choked a little bit, what felt like choking. Opposite kind of bishops again. He had a lot of practice with this yesterday. He is okay. It's opposite kind of bishop. This endgame probably should be drawn, but with the 20-second time advantage, I'd definitely be playing. Gotta watch out for your pawns though. Just probably put them on light squares to be able to defend them, or just stop the king getting into the square by making sure that the light squares are covered. I think, what happened there? I mean, the pawns all just disappeared off the board. That was pretty bad. It was always going to be the case, I guess, with this. But if he suddenly, he's not going to do it. Okay, fine. I was saying if he suddenly could get some of the other material off the board, he could have got the draw. But no, Kimster is too victorious, I think, in those positions. Right, this is 2 English players, Game King and Behind Blue Eyes, both notorious chess players, played quite a lot. So it's 1-1 in their overall score against each other. But let's have a look what's happening here. So it looks like Game King is a healthy pawn up. Looks like quite a nice, solid position as well. Although, and this isolated queen's pawn, is it going to be a hindrance or I think Black's got quite a good attack with a rook on the 7th. Trade off, have an extra pawn, and then start pushing this a pawn at the right time. He's lost his second pawn now. As long as he doesn't get allow a perpetual or something like that, then it should be. But this bishop, I would probably trade this bishop off quite quickly, and then you've got this horrible knight against this. He's very happy to trade pieces, but actually now can he maneuver his bishop as well to try and checkmate? I mean, it's going to be checkmate. That was a very, very close. I don't know, did he not have an opportunity to take that off and try to get to an endgame? Let's have a look at that. Let's see if Behind Blue Eyes was a bit hasty there. It's interesting, Behind Blue Eyes is actually higher rated than Game King at Blitz. I mean, let's have a quick look, because in this position, yeah, you definitely favour black because of the extra material. But if he can, take this with check and actually coordinate his bishop and his queen, then he could get some nice drawing chances. But let's have a look what happened. Check. I guess, yeah, well, I mean, king h2 does seem a lot more sensible here. I guess, I guess after here takes, the king is just too exposed. So check, because he went for a simple one, tried to just swap off the pieces. And I mean, there's something to be said for actually just trading this off now, because if takes, and then just king f2 or something like that, then, you've got the queen ending is, I think, a lot more difficult to say win in these sort of positions, because you could probably still keep checking, and it might be really, really annoying. So I think it was probably a not so sensible. I guess with hardly any time left, it is difficult to make those decisions. But it's in these 2 minutes with no time increment, you definitely want to swap off the pieces to a position which is easier to play, where you don't really have to think and it's just instincts. Too much calculation, which will happen there, ends up meaning that you just in a crazy position where you're having to calculate with hardly any time. It's just not the best of things to do. Right, top seeds. I wonder how many times they're going to play in this tournament. It's currently 2.5 to Kimster over the long run. But again, tricky ending. What on earth is going on here? Okay, you might be able to pick off this guy, maybe not. But I guess, the h-pawn's dropping. Now he's having to think about this. Okay. Has white screwed up a little bit? White's thinking what to do here. Does he want to maybe play f4 and try to hold on? But then if rook c3, then he's dropping a pawn anyway. So what does he want to do? Or is after rook c3, can he play a move like bishop f8 in that position? What happened? He played f4. So if rook c3 is what I'm saying, bishop f8, is that a cheeky tactic to try and check and then take this bishop? So he's thinking now, rook c3, bishop f8 check, king f8, and then rook f6. Is that something that's going to happen? And then rook takes e3. What's going on in that final position? It's a long think, though. Look, could this happen? I don't know. I don't know if that's the way to save the pawn. Oh, he's gone. He's gone that way round. Okay, so takes and take on a4. Now, this should just be a drawn ending. I guess it's who could play quick. And Kimster's probably going to get punished now for that long think that he had. It was very bizarre, to be honest. I don't really understand why he went for such a long think in that position. I mean, it should be a draw, but if I were white, I'd continue playing. Let's see if he manages to keep up here. Again, just keep checking, I'd say, but he's going to try and go for some sort of checkmate if he's not careful. Black is down to 1 second. Can he hold this? I don't think he. Oh, look, he's trying to desperately do something. I guess this is that's stalemate. Oh my god, with 0.4 seconds left. What on earth just happened? That's got to be the best save I've ever seen. Okay, let me just go back, because there was some crazy stuff here as well. So I was talking about this with f4, rook c3, so he thinks it's equal here. Bishop b2, my crazy move I think is a bit too adventurous. It doesn't quite work, because after I was thinking it's taking here, but I guess this might also be losing after the pawn kind of runs forward too. So it's probably a bit crazy. So bishop b2 was much better. And this is just a dead draw. And yeah, that's the craziest save I've ever seen, with how fast he was moving. That was incredible. That was actually I don't know how you can move that. I can't physically move my mouse that fast. 0.046 seconds, and he managed to get a stalemate. That's okay. Whatever happens, that's got to be the best save, and he deserves to get a medal for something like that already. Honestly, so impressive. Right, KSPTTW, 2300 I was thinking 2300, but is definitely blitz rating is 2600. So this guy is probably too slow, I guess, bullet, but it doesn't seem like it. He's currently 20 seconds up. It's all about speed, clearly. I'm still in shock about the 0.4 seconds. Right, why don't you just, okay, bishop f4 was there, so you couldn't take that pawn. I guess he's going to try and go for this this B pawn. It's not clever, but what is going up here? This is too strong, I think, with rook f8. It's going to come, and yeah, exactly. So he's either going to win that rook, or he's going to queen the pawn. Black should just resign. He's not actually going to have any time to be able to do that. Right. What is going on now? What's next? Who are the predictions? Let's ask people, what are the predictions for this tournament now? Who do you think is going to win? I mean, Kimster Kimster just keeps winning all of these arena tournaments, and there's an overall prize for the person who gets the most points in a chess event. So it'd be really impressive to see how he does. Amadeus has now taken over. So Amadeus versus Schizophrenia. So it's all about speed, isn't it? So let's just see what's happening, because Kim's still playing. Let's see this one from the beginning. And again, they've gone for some kind of a Maroczy bind sort of setup here. So let's just see, like, if White's going to be solid. Right, so these guys, top players, who do you reckon? Number 1 and 2 now. Starting off just kind of a pretty standard. Time to sip my tea, because it's starting off quite calm, sort of standard sort of play here. And I was going to say the knight's going to come into d5 at the right time, and he's gone for the trade of queens. He's having a big think there. He's got a couple of pieces to take with, and he's gone for the rook. And again, that's also another decision to make there, where you're having to capture. And so he's gone for the symmetrical pawn structure. And he's got to decide what to do here, because he can't actually double up his rooks now, which is annoying. So you want control of the c file, and this is going to be quite a big annoying moment, actually, because now Black's suddenly going to get control of the c file. He can no longer so rook c4 is an attempt. Is he going to play b5 now to try and kick him off? But no, he's gone for closing up the c file. Is he going to go rook c8 and try and maintain? Interesting. So he's probably going to go back this way to put his knight on c5. Is that? Oh, he went a4. Okay, he's basically pre-moved that. I was thinking he's going to answer a3 with knight a6. Okay, so he's got it's now going to land. So the question is, so you've got these two bishops. Most people absolutely love the bishop pair, but this knight is trying to be really, really annoying, but he's got a decision now to make, because he's put it on b4, but actually on b4, was it actually going to be any good? So things have been dropped off already, and this a pawn is going to drop, and it's again another case of potentially this. That's my arrow is not working, and essentially this pawn coming forward here. So the material is now White is a pawn up, and he's got to pass a pawn. He's got to be careful about the rook coming to b1, exactly, and then knight to e2 is being threatened. So he needs to get rid of this knight, and from that square, which is fine. So now his knight's going to come back to c5, and White should still be able to win this game. It's just whether now he can play knight c5, pick up this a5 pawn, and I don't know why he didn't actually do that when the rook went to g3. That was interesting. So yeah, why isn't he taking this pawn? I'll definitely take it, because rook b5 could have come, he could have held that pawn there. Okay, so now he's got these two that he's going to have as a problem, and this should just waltz through, exactly. I don't think these two are any problem to worry about together. Okay, unless he's going to end up getting mated, he's not falling for that. So I don't think you need to worry about these two. I think this is going to come through and promote if it's not careful. So I definitely, we can take that knight, and then. Now it's interesting though. So, can White convert this? Or White, I didn't realise this has so far down in time. Is White going to be able to survive the time difference? Because now if he just comes around and tries to, he's got to be careful of this f7 square, but if he come around and if he picks up these two, then he's obviously in a better position. But he's still got to worry about that's an interesting decision to make there. So he's gonna take this one of them. Now he's got to defend this g6 That's interesting too. I mean, like, White shouldn't be trying to get rid of his pawns if he wants to try and win. He should be trying to swap off these guys. He's got only 4 seconds left. He definitely, I mean, I'm not sure about that strategy. He's got a book left. That was a bit strange. But yeah, that was all bad time. I think it was dangerous. Amadeus lost 2-0 against Schizophrenia now. I don't think he was winning the whole time. It's just, I think, nerves and lack of time to be able to actually convert anything. But in this position, you probably needed to just try and switch and go, what, bishop d3, rook c6, ignore this guy, because, I mean, he doesn't have time to take that, I guess. And I'm not sure about g4. I didn't like that idea at all. So I don't know what he was trying there, but definitely just go for the weaknesses and try and pick those off. Right, what's happening? KSP2TW. This is the guy I was telling you about. So I said that he is 2600 at Blitz, but not. It seems to be only 2300 at Bullet. So for some reason, don't know why he's not done so well with his Bullet rating. But let's see what's happening, because he storms the lead here. And it looks like he's absolutely crushing this position. I was going to say that's mate very, very quickly. Looks absolutely crushing. So he is miles in advance, and as looks like he's been berserking as well. So going with half. No, actually hasn't been berserk. I don't think. It's been interesting to see how many people are berserking in this sauna, because it's 2 minutes only. You lose half your time, I believe. So having 1 minute versus 2 is going to be quite difficult, and that's only then going to get you 1 extra point. I guess he's been doing it here because he's been getting 5 points. So he hasn't berserked at all by the looks of it, but he has. So you can see the 5 and 3s. So Akimsta against Schizophrenia, but again, these two are two of the strongest. They've drawn twice. That was that crazy draw we saw earlier, I believe. So let's see what's going on here. Right, White's got a nice solid pawn up, and with silly mouse here. I don't even know how it does that. How does it actually do that? It's quite incredible. So I'm trying to just highlight the fact that he's got a bishop. Right, and he's going for trading of pieces. I guess absolute standard play. You do want to trade off pieces and try and get to this a healthy king and pawn ending, and it would just be solidly easy to just march your king over here and try and win the game that way. But with the pieces on the board, I was going to say the knight probably could come to e4, but he stops that now. And I guess, does he want to swap off these 2 pieces? He doesn't want to, because he's going to think that the bishop is better than the knight, and the rook and pawn endings are notoriously drawn and equal. But in this sort of time frame, it's difficult. So you got a minute each. There's no one with time advantage. You want to try and keep play a bit more simple. So rook and pawn endings would be a lot simpler than having the minor pieces on the board, and you could be able to calculate a lot quicker. But the question is, do you want that for your opponent? What do you want to do here? Marching these pawns at the board seems like a very, very sensible idea to put pressure on, because he's got the majority. Because bishop a6 is coming in a minute as well, which is going to be dangerous. So you can just bishop a6, rook b8, and then how does he get rid of how does he promote that pawn though? Does he want to do that? He can take it. I guess he's going rook b6. Is that what his plan is? Takes and rook b6, and then winning that knight. Yeah, the bishop takes and rook b8. It's not gonna work, I guess, this thing. So okay, so he's going to try and go for this e3 pawn. He's tempted to take it with the rook, but okay. That's a bit of a strange thing. So he's gone. So if he takes here, he's taking here. He's winning this one, but he's not going to be able to win these 2 pawns. He can. I wouldn't have rushed to take that one. I guess he can't take on h3 because he's got a skewer coming here. So yeah, exactly. He had to move that out of the way. So okay, now it should just be much better for White to win, and White should be able to do this. Say that with 20 seconds left, I guess anything can happen. Is he going to be able to make progress? Not sure. He probably can. Black should probably be able to. If he keeps checking, he should be able to just annoy him and try to get a draw. Can he escape these checks? Probably not. He's going towards it, but he's going to switch, and this is so quick. It's basically fastest fingers first. I mean, these are going to drop now and come behind and come up here. Can he just do that? Because I think the bishop is an amazing position to hold these 2. What is going on? Oh, he lost the rook. This is too much. Okay, now Kimster's got 4 seconds left. Let's see if he can do it. Yeah, he's going to do it. Congratulations, Kimster. Those are some fast moves. I'm very, very impressed. So we are at the halfway mark, and KSPTTW sounds like a American radio show. So like when you say KSPTTW, we are live. I don't know what it stands for, but that's what it sounds like to me. This guy is on fire. Well, I say that he's on fire. He's not quite on fire anymore, but he is storming into the lead with 30 points. We're exactly halfway mark at the moment. Amadeus 69 is not far behind on 25, was doing really well, but you can see slipped up here. Kimster, the usual challenger to the title, keeps dipping in and out of first place, but he's played so many less games, and I guess he's just not winning them clinically enough or quick enough. And I guess if you berserk, then you actually get to play more games, because, well, I say that, I don't think this guy's berserked at all, because you've got less time, so you've got more chance to win more games as well. So in an arena, it's also a strategic idea to do that. See, Astabakra seems to have lost quite a few games, but is still in sick. And again, schizophrenia has been berserking a lot. And so he's played less games, just lost in 20 seconds. So really interesting. Let's have a sip. Let's see who to go visit. And let's go Kimster against Astabakra. I don't know how all these games suddenly have opposite colour bishop endings. I mean, are they doing it intentionally, or is everyone just playing openings now, which kind of lead to opposite colour bishop endings? But this is a nice position to play. Oh, they've agreed a draw. Okay, that was my point. So it's a nice position to play with hardly any time. I guess they're just going to sit around, because I like the fact that White's got the only open file on the board. He's got a nice bishop that can't be moved here. But I guess if he just sticks on the E file, he's not really going to make much progress. I guess, with opposite colour bishops, it's better to take a draw, and then just try and take the points to continue playing in the round. I guess that makes much more sense. Right, let's look at these guys. Who is CSAB? I mean, I was going to say it's Hungarian's Csaba Balog, that 2600 Hungarian GM. But I just thought it was funny because it says Sab C. That's my name. So like Sab C. But not quite. He also just lost very quickly. That was a kind of anticlimactic while I was trying to look at his name. Oh my god, it's like a crushing position anyway. That's Game King for you, the current pantomime champion. Absolutely horrendous position that was. Wow. Right, Knight of Spring. He's also another chess regular that we see. What is going on in this game? Looks familiar. Looks like a kind of a very solid Betty English semi-Slav sort of structure, and in these lines you can quickly try to grab this pawn on c4 to avoid them getting their kind of standard comfortable setup, and then they often play their knight to a3 to try and pick the pawn back up. So that sort of thing's happening, and then you can annoy them to try and like hold on to this pawn. Something common is you can even maybe pop something on d5 and bishop e6 just to annoy them. Then they can play queen c1, and like it can get queen c2. Sorry, it can get pretty annoying for White if he's not careful. So he's actually trying to do that. Bishop d5, and obviously you don't really want to trade that off because then he lands and puts a pawn on d5 is the last thing you want. But he can go e4 here, which is very annoying. So he's got a little bit wrong here, just trying to save holding that pawn, I think. And also look at the time. He tried so long to do that, but actually ended up equal material and dodgy pawn structure. So I think he's threatening to take on b6 here and hit that pawn. Okay, so what happened? He moved his weakness, and is now trying to trade off these bishops. But I guess this knight, where is this knight hoping to go to? I guess he hasn't really thought of anywhere. I guess you want to kind of go to stop moving back the pieces. I think this man loves to move pieces. I think it's probably trying to get, it would love to get here, but I don't think it's going to have a route. Where is it going to go? Oh, that ended quite quickly. Let's have a look at how that game ended, because it was an interesting position. Black has messed up his little pawn structure a little bit, but I guess White couldn't get through. They repeated the position for a while. The question is whether he should have traded those bishops off, actually, because Black was desperately trying to trade those bishops off, which makes sense because his bishop kind of sucks. By playing pawn to e5, he's blocked it in, and it's kind of a bit of a useless piece on that diagonal. So that's why he's very happy to trade it off. And White kindly obliged. Yeah, as you can see, the engine thinks that bishop e3 is a much stronger move, and I would also agree with that. Okay, so let's see what happened. Where did this knight end up trying to go to? He went for h5, h4, h5. I mean, well, he hasn't got h5. Maybe he's just playing h4s as a kind of thematic thing. Let's see. Did anything actually happen, or did he end up just trading the pieces off? They just kind of played very boring and just trade the pieces off. I guess that was it's interesting for White to want to do this. White had 34 seconds against 19, and the engine does think that White is better here, because I guess you can just pick up the b7 pawn very easily. You can also do it with check if you kind of zigzag your check. So you go check on this way and then check on this way. So it seems very interesting that he went for that. I guess that was King Spring playing White against Schizophrenia, I think it was. So therefore he was a bit worried. Okay, so Clay Jensen is back. The 13 Reasons Why dude is back playing Black against number 1, Amadeus. Tough pairing. He's number 9 in the competition, having to play against number 1. So that's tough. But he's playing Black, and his position's fine. He's chosen to give up that piece, but okay, now he's going to have to face a bit of an interesting attack down here. So he's closed it off, probably thinks he's quite safe for now, but he's got to worry about some sort of sacks coming in here, which you can prepare for, and have a knight coming into this square as well. So Black's super passive here. His only way to try and do something about it is to try and activate his pieces now. Can White get in though? Because also in the bullet, if you've got ages, you could think about it. You could actually just prepare all these sacks coming. I mean, I'd be nervous about some sort of sack coming on this square for sure. That's the right thing now. Black start to make some momentum on the queen side, where he's going to have activity with these pieces over here. He's going to be locked out. The queen's completely locked out, for example. He's going to be down on manpower on this side of the board. This bishop's also kind of a bit. He's gone for it. I feel like he had to, because he felt like he's going to be done for. But is this going to be enough? So it's a piece of 2 pawns. He's got to. I mean, can he go Queen G7 and just kind of lock it up and hope that he's not going to get through this way? Because if he does Queen G7, swaps them off, and then just takes on B2, then he's going to have a pretty nice position. That's got to be in his mind. He's also got knight b4 coming in. Is nice. You got the c8 square covered, so I'd be pretty happy with that. I think I'm okay with Black in this position. I think he's just got the material. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's he's going to hope that he can take this, and he's going to go Rook G1, but then he's got Rook B1 in response to that. So it's actually not a good move. He's actually losing. I guess, and then he can play Rook. Oh, he took it. I guess, could he play Rook B1? I'd have to look at that, because I thought he could go. Oh, he can't go Rook B1 actually, because it's Queen G7 mate. Actually, excuse me, that was very silly. But Rook G. So this is interesting. So he can, he's got the 2 pieces, but instead of allowing G7, he definitely could have played Queen G7 first before he played this Rook B2 move. So now it's interesting, because he's going to lose his F6 pawn. Oh, Queen and draw. Okay, let's have a look through that, because that was some insane play going on. So I thought round here, Black was good to try and get some activity. And then he went for this sack, and the engine doesn't like it because he doesn't have enough for it, which makes sense. And I think, queen g7, that's what the engine thinks. Queen g7, you blockade everything, you stop them having any sort of attack, and so you stop him going g7. But he went rook b8, fine, it's okay now. It's the threat of g7 followed by rook g2, which is quite clever. But again, queen g7 would stop all that. Silly house. So he went rook a b6, which he actually thinks is a complete blunder. And so g7 here completely wins because of this little tactic. But I don't understand why he didn't play it straight away. He went king h1. What did he think was happening? I don't quite understand that, actually. Okay, so he missed it the first time, and then he went rook takes b2. But again, queen g7 stops all this. So rook takes b2, and then he played g7 now. But you probably should take on b2 first to stop all this stuff, because after now rook g1, you can just take it, not rook b1, which is what I was thinking. But I forgot that queen takes g7 is actually mate on the board straight away, which would be very embarrassing by me trying to be clever and win some material back. So I feel like so now queen g1 takes, and black has nothing better to do than, I guess, just repeat white has nothing better than repeat the position. I guess that makes sense, but it's very strange on both sides that he had this idea, and even here he could take this first, then play g7, because he's not losing that rook on c2. And so now he can't do anything about it. He has to actually stop this queen h8 idea, followed by g8 and promoting. So he has to take, and now here, and rook b1 still doesn't work because of queen g7 mate. So so strange play for both sides there. But they both kind of got lucky, and I guess a draw might have been a fair result in the long run. So we have 18 minutes left, and the standings are currently very, very close, actually. Anything can happen. KSPTGW is still winning, lost a few games, but it's picking it back up, is now technically on fire. Oh, I say that. Amadeus 69 has just jumped up now to beat him. Schizophrenia is still playing, though, against behind Blue Eyes, so let's actually try to jump in there. Oh, and this is like a very unfair pairing. What is going on? So this is number 1 seed has suddenly been paired against number 20 seed, who's 1400. Can anyone explain to me how that happened? Like, how did Lichess allow that to happen? Because now he's paying a 1400, and he's already a pawn up with an amazing position. And like 2 huge pawns in the centre. I'm not happy with that pairing for everyone else in the tournament. What happened there, Lichess? I don't think that's fair that he suddenly paired against seed number 20 suddenly. 1400 against a 2596. I mean, come on, Uxbridge boy. Don't know who you are. Presume you're from England and you're from Uxbridge, which is, but you are 1400, 1500, not the strongest chess player, and you're playing, okay, you're a queen dad as well. I mean, that's not really fair. So, let's have a look at these guys. Oh, that was quick. Okay, I guess that we missed the chance of that one. Schizophrenia. But I do kind of want him to catch up, because Amadeus just been kind of given what happened there? I guess he's lost the queen back. I mean, to be fair, Uxbridge boy is kind of sort of holding his own. I mean, it's a whole night up in the ending, and going to take all these pawns. I presume it's going to be fine, but very strange pairing. Right, let's see. Kimster, Schizophrenia, going to be a high quality game. Kimster looks like he's berserked as well. So it's already a minute down on time. Kimster is confident. So he's currently 1.5 half against Schizophrenia, 4-1 overall. So Oh, I was going to say there might be some nice, little Greek gift style sacrifices coming over here with these guys in. But no, sadly, he played knight f8 to stop all that fun. I feel like also now you can play some rook c1, bishop b1, and queen d3 sort of maneuvers and try and annoy him with the kingside attack. But so this d pawn, will it become annoying in the ending and just victorious for black? He doesn't want to trade off the queens though. He wants to keep them on and I guess push down. I guess can that knight come in and do something, sit on e2 and just really bug white? I'd be playing that, something like that. That feels annoying. He's given up an exchange though in order to be able to do that, which is odd. But he won it straight back with a blunder. I guess this is bullet for you. So I'm going to say I favour black again in this position, although those pawns probably going to end up dropping off if he's not careful. Like, that's an interesting one as well. I guess he wants to go c3 and he can't actually trade because this is pinned because the rook's undefended on c8. So he's threatening to just simply play queen c1 here. But yeah, I was going to say queen e2 is an interesting plan because now he's going to try and how is he going to stop both those pawns? So what happened there? That was a really strange little finish. So it's black, I guess, my feeling was right. Black is always kind of slightly better here. And let's have a look. So did it swing at any point? This idea we're saying knight f5, and even just trading off those c3 here. That's really bold. I guess like you're threatening c2. That's super bold though. Like, you just get forked and you're like, do you know what? I don't really care. Take either rook. I'm just going to push my pass pawns because pass pawns should be pushed. And I guess I guess the d3 pawn is still currently defended by the queen, so that's quite nice. So yeah, c3 strong move. Doesn't like knight f5. Because it just trades off it allows them to have the exchange for no compensation. So I guess c3, super duper strong. Can you allow taking any of these pawns, or is just c2 just dead strong? I guess it is, because you're not actually winning any material. So I like that idea. So knight f5. Not so strong, but it shows you how good black's position is, that with the exchange down, Stockfish thinks it's like pretty much dead equal. So shows how strong this position is in terms of play and counterplay. So rook bc1, blunder because it just blunders back the exchange immediately, which he takes, and then plays queen e4. Apparently queen a6 is the better move here just to defend that, but queen e4 feels supernatural. Centralizing that queen also threatens like going down towards the king and defending these pawns here. Supernatural move. b3, trying to be clever here. Rook d8 is a superior move, which makes complete sense as well. Because yeah, you want to play, I guess, after rook d8, you're threatening to play queen e2. And then if trades, you play rook d1, something like that at some point. But I guess rook c1 is also super, so c8 super strong, and after rook c3, queen e2 check just ends the game, which is really, really nice because you can't actually defend both of them. So really nice play from that was Schizophrenia, so beating Kimster. So they're actually overall head-to-head score is 1.5 all, and it makes a big deal for this table because now Kimster, who was leading it all, suddenly down to number 7 after being on fire, completely winning, and now suddenly had a very tough last few runs, and Amadeus is at the top because Amadeus had that very easy pairing too, which doesn't help. So it's quite a clear top 3 here, with 46, 44, 44. Anything can happen, I guess, with 12 minutes to spare. And then 33 each. These are just on fire now suddenly. So, Game King is playing Kimster, which is interesting because he's now in 4th place, trying to get into the medal position. but looks like he's in a little bit of a pickle. But I mean, yeah, like Kim says, hardly got any time left. Is this just superficial? And is he? I mean, Ankush loves these kind of positions where he's being attacked. He thinks he just like doesn't really care. Bishop c5, queen e6. Like, is he going to be able to? Yeah, is he going to be able to actually mate him? Like, can he? But he can't get the bishop in the right. He wants to get a bishop. Maybe push the king to h6 with a bishop f8, and then hopefully get him to be mated. That's what he wants to do. But I don't think he can do it. So, can he actually get anything, or is this just going to? Because if he moves the bishop away, he's going to end up getting mated himself with queen f3 from like f2 to h2. So he can't. He's got to be careful. So he's like, can he try to change the position enough to not allow switch to strategy to not allow a perpetual check, and queen g2, yeah, to try and win on time. That's what he's going to try and do. And now switch it up. I guess king g2 and march away. Oh, he's gone. Okay, now he's. What happened there? Can he not have promoted? I guess they're pre-moving, and wow. I mean, that was just crazy. He was pre-moving, I guess, and trying to miss a bunch of stuff. He definitely went for the time win there, and that's the first time Game King has actually beaten Kimster. So Kimster is really having a tough time now. He's gone from first place down to 8th place, and Amadeus again is just storming into the lead. So let's have a look. I mean, wow. Okay, so wow. Okay, so what is actually happening here? So can we look at some of these games? Amadeus versus again. Why is Amadeus playing an 1800 who's number 19? I just feel that that's a little bit like strange. He's getting these really easy pairings compared to everyone else. This is like a Vagazin style thing now is what's going on here. So I guess it's like a classic sort of position that people like playing, and if you try to take this pawn, he's like going to have his queen sort of stranded, and white's just developing, going to have a nice position and no weaknesses, and black's left with weaknesses and lots of play with the queen, so he's so many tempi down. He's got to be really careful. It's really bold taking that c3 pawn there, and now maybe a knight takes on d4. Yeah, he's got a really lovely position, and yeah, I don't like the fact that black hasn't castled here. He's quickly gonna get out with tempo there, is what he's trying to, isn't he? He's trying to get some play, but maybe he can just control the b file. I mean, what is an interesting play of this though, because these two bishops now are pretty strong. Oh, and c3 is dropping. Oh, what a blunder. Yeah, I mean, this is black's playing. Anyway, so this is Amadeus is white and has just blundered a 2600 against the 1800. Like, this is, I was just saying how easy a pairing it is, but can Venom cause a huge upset now? But that blunder of the exchange there, and okay, and if he doesn't, well, I hope he sees that this is coming, but yeah, gotta be careful, don't want to fall for this trade off here. Gotta watch out for knight forks though, but he's done it. I didn't think he'd do that and give up this a pawn, but he's just going for it and taking this. And I mean, this is just so much better for black. It should be quite an easy position to play now. Always careful because of this stuff, and this is dropping. If he's not careful, is he going to be able to watch out for the it's a trade-off? This is okay still. Okay, he's going rook d. Okay, I thought he was going to go. Right. Okay. So yeah, and then he's going to push f5, I guess, and then push g5, and then just try and he's gone for the king and pawn ending. But yes, I guess he can. Oh, stop playing these pieces. Let's see his technique and try and win this game. It should be quite easy. Wow. So that was. So Amadeus was playing black. Okay, I was really confused there. Okay, that's why. So Venom was playing white here. Oh, okay, that makes much more sense. I was a very it says Venom was playing. Venom was playing white and Amadeus was playing. Oh yeah, sorry, that's correct. So that's why I was okay. It wasn't the other way around. That's why I was very confused. I was thinking that would have been a terrible upset. Yeah. So Kevin has just said Amadeus is playing black. I was gonna say, I just was in shock. I was like, no, this can't be possible. But that makes complete sense. Okay, so scare over. That was me just reading the position wrong completely. Amadeus winning again. And actually, just looking at this position, I was going to say quickly, because I just saw this position here and I was thinking there's going to be some sacks on F7 coming, because yeah, there might be some stuff going on here, but no, it's all calmed down. I want to look at someone else's game though, because Amadeus is storming ahead, but other people are just behind, and the top three have changed again, because I think who was in... Oh no, the top three haven't changed. These are the top three. But Vlad Bazuik is storming up now. He's on fire, and they've got 5 minutes left. And actually, he's the one playing this game now. So can Vlad somehow now? Amadeus is white. Vlad is black. Let me just get the right way round. So can Vlad somehow beat? Oh no, he's a piece down already actually, but. So yeah, that's so he's probably not going to win that one, unfortunately, unless somehow he can push this e pawn through. But he's 3 points down as it is. I don't think he's going to be able to handle it. I think this bishop's holding off these guys. Yeah, exactly. He's not scared of swapping that off again, or maybe is he? I thought queen. Was he thinking queen g3 was going to help, or was now going to go queen e3? Well, okay, maybe now he's not so bad. He's going to take. I thought he was going to take here, but then rook here. Now he's thinking about it. Maybe it was a blunder. Maybe he just took that in arrogance. Bishop f4. I thought he had a follow-up, but now he's just trying to throw things about. Could this get interesting? He is down on time. He thought had a good 20-second think there. Yeah, would be pretty interesting to see an 1800 play so strong and fast. I mean, against a 2600, yeah, I mean, I did think that, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is on fire. And I was just, I think, hoping to mix up the tournament, but no. Amadeus has had some easy pairings in a row, which was a shame. But what is going on? These guys, it's a 2-minute bullet game. Why are they spending 30 seconds thinking of his moves? Yeah, so rook f4 now, but they can't be done because of a queen g5. Expect that move last move. So, okay, so and he's taking it. Makes sense because he's going for simplification, hoping that now he can swing some stuff across. But that king opens so much, it's likely that it should be just checkmate soon. I was thinking queen e7 check there, actually, and then hopefully doubling up the rooks, and then it'd be a nice, quick, and easy finish for white. I think should be easy to finish this game. Oh, and yeah, trade off the pieces. We've got a million pawns left. I probably would have played queen d7 check there. But yeah, doesn't make a difference. I guess he's done it this way around. Same thing. Right. Okay. So let's see what's going on. Amadeus. I don't think anyone's going to catch him now. 3 minutes left. You've got maybe 2 games left. I think it's all down to Vlad whether he can overtake Schizophrenia and try and get the title. Oh, but this is interesting. So we've got Schizophrenia versus KSPTTW, who are playing for second place, silver and bronze medal at the moment. So if Black can win this, which he is looking like he should be able to, time advantage and material advantage, he should be able to sneak into the second place position. And so can he do this? Oh, it's nice play though. It's difficult to play with this position, but it should be Neb. Let's try and trade these off and push these pawns, move in with the king now. Let's move this bishop out of the way, or trade the bishop off now and move the knight in, play for e3. And you can do you want to be careful about this, or can you just defend it? Do you not care? I guess you can keep pushing, and you could always got knight f6 if you really wanted, but he doesn't need to. He's going to keep pushing and go for mates here. And yeah, he's going to be able to pin that and win the knight, and it should be game over very shortly. Yes, so that was a win for KSPTTW. Let's see how that changed. Yes, and he's gone into Well, he's already in second place, actually, must have been. It was Schizophrenia and Vlad who were kind of chasing for second place. And yeah, so he's kind of, Vlad won that last one. So he just snuck into third with 1 minute 38 left. That means there's one game left to play. And with 1 minute 38 left, what is going on? Right, so let's see. We've got, I think Amadeus can't be stopped unless KSPTTW tries to berserk and he's on fire. So it depends, but depends what's going on here. So Amadeus is playing bad, so he's got the top one, and Schizophrenia is playing Game King. So let's see if they could, because they're the ones competing for a bronze medal at the moment. Who's the money on, right? Because Vlad's playing the top seed, and Schizophrenia's still got a difficult game against Game King. Game King is super tricky, and again, look, he's always got these crazy positions. He just goes all out attack. I mean, I fancy Game King here, just because I know what he's like. I mean, his king is completely wide open, but look, sacks galore. It's just going to be mate in a minute. Queen, yeah, exactly. Queen G5. Oh my God, that was clinical. I mean, it was that, yeah, that was just always winning. I'm not even going to look because we've got 1 minute left, 26 seconds left. I just want to see the standings. And it's still on 47 each. Can Vlad or Schizophrenia get in another game before that? I can't even see Schizophrenia playing, but Vlad, can he get anything from Amadeus? It looks like he can. It's the drawn opposite colour bishop ending. Surely. But Black offered a draw. White's declined it. White is still trying to keep playing, but I mean, he's got the time advantage. But save what? Don't get your bishop trapped in there, though. No, he can't now. He's going to leave it nicely on d4. I mean, this is dead equal, surely. He's got to watch out for the a6 pawn. You don't want to give him two passed pawns out there. So Vlad's having a little bit of a think there. But how does he stop it? If he just puts his king on? Oh, okay, because he doesn't want to allow the king to march in through here as well. So he's actually maybe he's not that so simple with being dead drawn. He does need to start thinking about this. He's got to switch and have he's got to worry about this pawn and these guys. So is this actually just going to be worse? And if Vlad doesn't move on time, he's going to end up doing it badly with in this position. So what is going on here? He's holding off on the king side now, on the queen side. Sorry. So this should still be okay to kind of handle. And again, he's going to start switching. The king might end up start switching to try and go for these pawns around the back. Can he do anything about it? What would happen if he now starts to move his king in? That is exactly what's happening. He can't come back and defend on f8. He's got to lose these pawns, but he's going to defend this one. And if he goes back and forth, he's going to be in trouble. So, I mean, he's going to try and put his bishop on this square. Yeah, I mean, good tactics, sack, and then can you hold this position? You probably should be able to hold this position now. But with 6 seconds left, can you hold? I mean, I don't know. I mean, these pawns, it's going to be like that similar sort of position where you have 2 pawns left, and the question, okay, no, it's not two left now. But I would say often you have a couple of pawns left in these positions, and they're so far apart that you can't stop both of them, unfortunately. That is a shame. So Vlad, let's see what happened in this arena. So Vlad so Schizophrenia lost his last 3 games, and Vlad still, despite that last bit, managed to win the... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, what happened at the end? How did I not notice this? So Amadeus just got pipped to the post. KSPTTW finished the last, he berserked in the last round. Only a 35% berserk rate, but he chose when to do it compared to KSPTTW. Amadeus, only a 5%. That might be his only time he's berserked. Because we looked at it, he hasn't. You can see what the even numbers. He didn't berserk at all. And then he berserked in the last round in the desperate attempt to try and win the last few points. And he did. He succeeded at the very last moment with a last round berserk. The only time he's done it, started off losing, and has managed to pick Amadeus, who's been winning the entire time, to the post for the gold medal at the very, very last moment. And Vlad and Schizophrenia still on 47, but by tiebreak, Vlad has won it because I guess he's been playing lots and lots of high players. But KSPTTW 2500 performance, so 77% win rate, 80% win rate for Vlad, but unbelievable at the last moment, just pipping him to the post like that. And wow, Amadeus probably just did not expect that at all. That's insane. So it just shows you berserking does work, but actually maybe it only works at certain times. He took a very last minute 5%, so not at all, and it shows you he won so many more games, but Amadeus played lots more games, and there's a massive gap there between the second and third, and you can see that actually the most of that games are played by behind Blue Eyes, who came 7th, but obviously lost quite a lot of games in between, but won quite a lot. So he played the quickest probably. Berserked a lot by the looks of it as well. That's why. And then Game King as well, played quite a lot of games. But that's a phenomenal victory for KSPTTW. I did ask him if he wanted to come on for an interview, but I believe that he hasn't replied, and I think like last time he didn't want to come on afterwards. So we'll give that a miss for him today, but maybe we can interview him at some point during the tournament, because he's definitely going to be in the chess rankings higher. But that is some incredible play, super duper fast by everyone. And I can't believe that happened right at the last minute. Kimster, 98, bounced back at the end though, started berserking and won his last 4 games. So bounced back into 5th, not enough to get himself into the medals. Unfortunately, maybe one last win would have done. So maybe another 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and would have been able to help him. But incredible victory. I'm super impressed that he managed to pip him to the post. But Amadeus was a top seed, I believe. Oh no, Kimster was top seed. Amadeus second seed, 25.93, just lost out, was leading the tournament the entire way through. So congratulations to KSPTTW, and Amadeus, unfortunately, at the last minute, just lost, but that is a cheeky last round berserk. Very impressed. Totally deserved to win though by that little sneaky performance. But very well played, Vlad. Unfortunate last win, lost, but still got you the bronze medal. So congratulations to everyone. And I think, I think that's it from tonight. My attempt to try and commentate on the super duper fast bullet tournament, but really interesting play. Thanks for everyone tuning in, and hopefully we can get a good interview with some of the winners during the week. But I think MSO is out now for till Wednesday, although I think we've got intelligence championships on tomorrow evening, but no more streaming now till Wednesday evening, and I'm sure they'll announce all the different tournaments coming up later on. But we're at the halfway mark, still another 2 weeks to go, lots more chess, lots more other games. Tune in. I will be back not next Wednesday, I'll be back next Thursday. I believe I'm going to be commentating with Grandmaster Pontus Carlsen. It's going to be a 10-minute tournament, so at least I'll be able to actually think and breathe during the games, and be able to analyse. There'll be some good quality play during the 10-minute tournament rather than just 2 minutes crazy chess. Still, I think my favourite moment was the guy who saved the day with 0.46 seconds left on his clock. That was insane play. So I'll be back on Thursday commentating on that with Grandmaster Pontus Carlsen. So until then, I will bid you all good night, and thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.